So good to see you all. Hello, hello. Do you need a hero? I need a hero. I almost started with the music. You do need a hero. Let me just make sure that we're live in the right spot and then we'll get started right here, right now. Give me 1 second. If you can hear me, if you can, there I am. Fantastic. Sorry. Little technical today. So, do you need a hero? The answer is yes, you need a hero. But today I'm going to show you why you need a hero product to 10x your business using live stream. But first, my name is Roxanne Wilson. I'm the host of Rox Talks, the podcast that helps network marketers grow their business on social media. And through my membership, Social Stories, I help network marketers get clear on how to become the CEOs of their business and not just glorified salespeople. And I'll tell you right now, one way we do that is by getting really clear on the hero product. Life-changing things happen when you do that, and rocking to live stream. So my question for you, right, first and foremost, before we dive into really getting your hero product right, is how many of you have a hero product? Do you have one? And if so, I'd love for you to share it with me. I want to know, what is your hero product? Some of you might be going, hero product? What is she talking about? That's okay. We're going to break it down right here, right now for you. Because I want you, and as we get started, I want you to realize what you're learning right now about a hero product is going to just like give you those aha moments and blow your mind, because it's going to give you clarity on how to grow your business with ease, with total ease. All right, shall we dive in? I think we shall. Okay, let me grab my slides. Okay, first and foremost, first things first, when you're talking about a hero product, you're probably wondering, what is it? And honestly, it's what it sounds like. It's a hero product. How many of you watch hero shows and whatnot? How many superpower shows and all those things? And maybe you're part of like the Marvel universe. Well, you know what a hero is. It's what it sounds like. It's what defines your brand. That hero product is the thing that defines your brand. Now, some of you might be one product might be your thing, but some of you might have more than one product, or you get those inklings and those squirrels to add different products to your portfolio, adding different things like a low dollar item or whatever it may be. And suddenly you realize you're going on all these different tracks and you're not really focused on the hero. So we're going to get you back to the basics. A hero is something that defines your brand. A hero product is the hero. And that means that it's going to create some super fans for you. It's that one thing you have that people are so excited about that they tell everybody about the hero product. I mean, that is their gem. Like, oh my gosh, she sells this. I love it. She's my coach for whatever it may be. She's the go-to for this. It doesn't mean you don't sell other things. It means that it's the thing that creates super fans for you. So I want you to think about a brand that you love, one that you rock. And then I want you to think about, what is that thing that they are known for? Great example, Coca-Cola. People love Coca-Cola. They love Coca-Cola probably for Coke, or these days it's Diet Coke. Now, there are tons of brands of Coke, right? Tons of brands of Coke. There's always a lime, sherbet, all these things coming out. But at the end of the day, Coca-Cola's hero product, the thing that causes super fans to be like, we love Coke, not Pepsi, is their Coke, or I guess in these days, the Diet Coke. So when you're choosing your hero product, and I hope you're thinking through this right now, I want you to think about, what is that product that's going to create the super fans for you? Now, why does this matter? It creates focus in so many different ways. Okay, think about this. If you have even 2 products or 3 products, when you're out there selling on social media, or when you're selling, doing your live streams, and if you're constantly thinking about, oh, I've got these 2 or these multiple products to offer, then your message gets muddy. And we forget this because we are so into it that we forget that other people aren't as tired of it as we are. When I was a morning radio show host for iHeartRadio, I'll never forget, we're playing these songs. It's going to give you a little bit of aha when it comes to when you listen to radio. And I was sitting there and I said to my program manager, I said, Gary, I love the song Halo. I love the song Halo by Beyonce, but I don't think I can listen to Halo one more time. Can we please play something else? And we play it every hour, sometimes twice. And he said, the second you start getting tired of that product, of that song, is when we play it even more. Why? Because that's what you think sounds kind of crazy, right? You think, what? You want us to get stuck on it? But we do. If you think about the amount of times, just out of curiosity, how often do you go online live and do a video? Or how often do you post on your social media? If you're constantly talking about different products every time, then I don't really know you as the go-to for that one thing. But if you are always talking about that one thing, then I know you're the guru, you know what you're talking about, and it also means it opens the doors for other things. So it gives you focus because you never have to think about, I got to talk about this product, this product, this product. No, you know the product you're ultimately going to be talking about is going to be your superhero product or service. That's the thing. So it gives you focus in that way because because that's what you're going to be talking about, right? But it also gives you focus in some other ways. In fact, it gives you focus on your message. We just talked about that. It gives those your viewers, your target market focus on your expertise. They're really clear on what your expertise is because you've told them time after time. We don't go to McDonald's, do we? For vegan food. No, we don't. Why? Because they're not an expert when it comes to vegan food, right? We don't go to Taco Bell looking for a burger because Taco Bell is, I don't know why I'm on the fast food kick right now. I promise I'm not going there. But because Taco Bell is known for tacos. They make it really clear. I'm going to give you one other example on this expertise thing because it is really important. I think it gives you that focus on this, no pun intended, is this. Do you remember it was about a year or two ago when IHOP, what does IHOP stand for? International House of Pancakes, right? When IHOP thought they were being cute and their marketing people thought, oh my gosh, we're going to switch the P to B and we're going to be the International House of Burgers. And they thought this was a great idea. And it backfired on them in a big, big way. Why? Because their hero product is pancakes. Yes, they sell other things, but if I want breakfast, I want pancakes, I'm probably going to go to IHOP. They thought it was going to be cute to change it. They even in some locations changed changed the logo, and they changed it, turned it over, and people were not having it. They were not happy with it. Their competitors were able to drag them on social media. Why? Because when you have a hero product, you lean into that hero product and you own that hero product and you be the best at the hero product. You're the expert at pancakes. No one wants to know suddenly that even if your burgers are good, that's not what we're looking for. So you want to remember that it gives you focus of expertise, gives you clarity of message. International House of Hamburgers, no, but pancakes, yes. And it also helps you with your time and your resources. If you know that your hero product, your main squeeze is going to be that thing, for example, whatever it may be, what your thing is, right? If you know that, then your resources are totally focused on that. It saves you a lot of time. You're able to repurpose things and use them in different ways because you're very clear on exactly what it is. Can I get an amen? Okay, so that is huge. And these are many of the main reasons why it's so important to have a hero product. Let's go one further though, because I know that some of you are probably going, but you're watching me and you're like, she sounds like she's really into what she's saying. However, I've got a but. So if you have a but right now, if you're like, but what about XYZ? I welcome you to just drop it in the comments because I want to address your buts. That sounded wrong. I want to address your concerns immediately on this, okay? Because I want you to be so clear on this hero product that then you're ready to 10x it on your live videos. But for those of you who are like, common buts that I typically hear when I share the hero product is, but what if someone wants some other product? Like what if they're not going to, but if I'm not talking about the fact that I have 5 different products, then they're never going to know that I have the other 4. I'm going to miss out. I want you to think about your hero product as the gateway. And I promise you, when someone knows that you are the expert when it comes to whether it be skincare or expert in healthy eating, if I know you're the expert in keto, for example, and you're the keto guru, and I've got a question about healthy eating, I'm going to come to you. And I might even say something effective. I know you are a big keto person, but do you have anything on intermittent fasting? What is your opinion on intermittent fasting? And you can say, actually, I have intermittent fasting right here in my bailiwick. That is how it works. Okay. Hear me when I say it. So I want you guys to be really clear on the fact that just because you're niching and you're making it really clear with your focus on what your hero product is, that does not mean that people are going to say, oh no, or miss. They're going to, because they know, like, and trust you for that item. The fantastic thing is now they're going to continue on and continue forward right? And take advantage of you as their resource for other things. And that's a big one. Now, others ask, like, what if I don't know what to choose? Well, we're going to go through that exercise and help you really pick out your hero product, because that's a really good point. You might not know. How do I know what's a hero and what's not? I'm going to tell you, kind of like Dorothy and the Ruby Slippers, you always have that power to know what your hero product is already, but that's okay. We're going to walk through it today so you can be really clear on what your hero product is and you can rock that forward. Okay. All right. So, any other buts? Because if there are no other buts, we're going to move forward. But your buts are important. And I want you to have clarity on this and be really honest with me. I'm okay. You can disagree with me. No problem. But because this is going to be the thing that's going to help you move forward. If you lean into it and go, okay, I'm going to try this hero product thing. It is, and y'all, I did not invent the hero product. I just am a big fan of the hero product. It's been tried and true. And if you look back on businesses that you love, you will see, oh my goodness, they do have a hero product. Spanx, what is, I don't know why I thought of Spanx right now, but Spanx, what is their hero product? I assure you I'm not wearing them during COVID at home, but they're all about form shapers, right? Right. That's their big thing. Now they have bras and now they have all sorts of other things. But the fantastic thing is they are able to, that is their hero product, and they're able to lean into that. All right. If you just tuned in, we are rocking and talking about hero products and how you can leverage them to 10x your business. Good to see you all. Okay, so now we've gotten through the butts. I think we're all on board that we're going to rock this hero product. So let's go ahead and do that, exactly that. Okay, so the question that I love to ask my clients, and I think would be really important for you all watching, is this. If you only could talk about one of your products, one of your items for the rest of your life, only one, what would it be? I want you to think on that for a second. You can only talk about one thing. What would that one thing be? Now, here's the interesting thing. I know that something probably came to your mind here pretty quickly, didn't it? You're like, oh my gosh, this is that one thing. However, you probably thought about a lot of reasons why that shouldn't be or couldn't be the one thing. Am I right? Okay, it's all right, because this is just the beginning. We're just working our way through that hill of solving and determining your hero product. Okay. But I do want you to write that down. What was that one thing that you offer? You're like, okay, it would be this. Or that you aspire to offer. Maybe you're just starting and you're like, you know what? I've got these products in my bit. I'm working on creating a course. I'm working on doing this coaching. Which one is that thing that you could be so thrilled about talking about for the rest of your life? All right. Now let's go a little deeper. I want you to think about who you are, your brand, what makes you unique. Okay. Take time and think about that, and think about who your target market or your ideal client happens to be. Those two things are pretty vital right here as well too, right? All right. So thinking about who you are and who your target market is, your ideal client is, I want you to then go back to what you wrote down on that right above. If you could talk about one of your products for the rest of your life, you could only talk about one, which would it be? So my question for you is, knowing that now, does it fall in line with who you are and who your target market is? Great example. Let's say if you rep a company, for example, who sells beef jerky, but you've decided to go vegan, and vegan is your jam, then are you really going to talk about beef jerky for the rest of your life? Probably not. Probably not. Let's say that your target market, your ideal client, is someone who does not want to eat meat. Is it good to have beef jerky as a hero product? I'm going to go with absolutely not. So you use this exercise and ask yourself, based on that thing that you said you could talk about for the rest of your life, does it fall in line with your target? And does it fall in line with who you are? Okay, next thing we're going to do, next question is this. Is your product consumable or a high ticket item? Is it consumable or is it a high ticket item? Now, notice I said or, it doesn't have to be and. For some of you who have no intimidation or you're not intimidated by selling high dollar items and talking about them till you're blue in the face, then you might go with that high ticket dollar item that you stand on, and that is your thing. That's your jam. All right. Others, if you, and this, I know product service is a little different. So let's break this down a little bit more. Okay. if your product is consumable, if it's something they have to buy over and over again, right? Then that could be a great hero product. Now, that can come in different ways. For example, I have a membership. My membership has a monthly subscription, it's subscription-based membership. And so for me, while it's not something they're eating per se or they're putting in their hair, the product for that, it is consumable in the sense that we do new things every month. So it does stack. If they want to keep growing, they got to keep being a member time after time. So for those of you who do services, consumable is still a thing, right? Is it something I need to buy over and over and over again? Those tend to be great hero products to be known for. All right, they can be. And I mentioned high ticket items. Now, let's say you're like, okay, Roxanne, I've always heard about this self-liquidating offer. It's a low-priced item. Should that be my hero product? I don't think a self-liquidating offer or something that's just something that is a loss leader is something that you probably want to make as your hero product. Reason being that is that what you're going to be known for? Is that your thing? If that's not the thing you intend to be known for, then I don't think that should be it. That's the thing that you're going to send ads to, perhaps, right? That people will find or that you can use as an upsell or a downsell a little later on. But your hero product is that thing you want to be known for, where people are like, oh, she is the expert of fill in the blank. All right. Okay. Now that you've answered those questions and you've kind of pieced through that, I want you to go back to the original question. What's one thing, if you could only talk about one thing business-wise for the rest of your life, what would it be? What product would it be? Does it fit now with when you think about the consumable issue and when you think about the price issue? All right. If it does, awesome sauce. You're still on the right track. If it doesn't, then I would ask you, what's that backup? What's that other thing that does? It's more suited for that. All right. And the third question I want to ask you is, does it have the S word? Now, the S word can mean different things to different people. Is it the shiz? Does it have sass or spunk or sparkle? Is it, and really my word is, the way I would say is it sexy? Is it sexy? Now, what does that mean in the realm of a product or a hero product? Like, what is she talking about? I mean, does it have some type of it factor to it? Is it something that is set apart from other things where it's like, whoa, wait a moment. This is unique because of X. All right. Let's talk about actual like physical products for a second. So let's say that you have let's say you're selling toothpaste. Toothpaste is like one of the things you sell household things, and toothpaste is one thing you sell, and you're thinking, I think I'm going to make the toothpaste my thing. Guess what? If the toothpaste is just like every Armor and Hammer toothpaste out there and all the other Oral-B and all those things, and there's nothing that makes it sexy, that may not be the way you want to go with a hero product. Now, if it's sexy in the sense of maybe it's like, oh my gosh, it's charcoal toothpaste and that's a novelty and there's something about it. Or, hey, when you use this toothpaste instantly, your teeth get 5 times wider and you can see the results immediately. That makes it sexy. What's that it factor? What is that thing that you're like, oh my goodness, I've got to have this product. This product is different from all the other toothpastes out there. So ask yourself, what is that it factor? What makes it a winner? And usually you're going to find that in the results. Just if you're like, I don't know, where do I find that, Roxanne? How do I know? One, in the results that it gives. Are the results so dramatic and so exciting that it gives whatever product it may be, even if it seems like a boring product, this makes it amazeballs? Or is there some type of feature to it that is visibly, I don't have to see much and know, wait, there's something different about that. That thing glows in the dark. I need to know more about that. Okay. Ask yourself those 2 questions. And if it's a no for both, you may want to revisit your hero product. Now, if it's a yes for one or both, then you're probably on the right track. Does it have that sparkle? Does it have that, whatever word you want to use? Does it have that? Because if it does, you're in a good place. That's going to be eye-catching and eye-popping. All right. It's going to stop the scroll. So now I'm going to ask you again, if you could only talk about one product for the rest of your life, well, what would it be? Given what we've just talked about, about the different characteristics you want to consider, about your product? Does it fit with your brand? Does it fit with your target market or your ideal client? Okay. That's the first. Second thing, is it a high ticket dollar item or is it a product that's consumable in some way? Which means people are going to be coming back for it. Or it's going to make a really big impact on your bottom line and your sales because it's a high dollar product. And then the third thing, of course, as you're looking at it is you want to make sure you're going to ask yourself, does it have the S word? Does it have that sexy sparkles, however you want it, whatever fits with your wording? Is there some factor about it? And more specifically, when you talk about those factors, is there something that is visually really obviously unique about it? Or are the results such that it's like, even though it's the most boring thing in the world, I must have that. All right. Once you've answered those questions, congratulations, you officially have a hero product. Love for you to share your hero product. I'd love to know what your hero product officially is. Some of you were like, I didn't have one to begin with, but now I kind of think I know what it is, which is the first step, right? Defining your hero product is the first step to the good stuff, which is let's now dive in beautifully and figure out what we're going to do with it, right? Okay, now that you have a hero product, now what? Well, the now what is a very important question. Now, my friends, what we need to do is take your hero product and 10x your business with it with Livestream. How the heck are we doing that, you ask? Well, okay, first and foremost, we talked about focus, right? So now you know that everything you're putting out there, everything should begin and end with your hero product. Okay, that is the way it is. And again, if you're like, I'm struggling with that, I want you to think about your favorite superhero movie, which is so effective, so appropriate because we talked about superheroes last month, right? Now, think about that. When you think about your favorite superhero movie, who is the movie about? Your superhero. Who is the one that is probably in almost every scene or all the important ones? Everything works around that superhero, right? Everything is around that superhero. So now I want you to think about, now that you have your superhero product, now that you have your hero product, I want you to think specifically about how you can incorporate that in everything. Every social media, everything, every email you're putting out there, every social media post, and yes, every live stream that you're doing. All right. Now, does that mean, hold the phone now? You're like, but what if I'm talking about, what if I'm talking about X and YZ? Are you sure, Roxanne? I'm positive. So let me give you an example. Right now, I'm talking to you about hero products, right? Now, do I sell hero products? No, I don't. I mean, yes, I do. But this is a live stream that I'm not doing specifically about my hero product, which, as you know, if you remember what I said at the beginning, my hero product is my membership. However, it all leads back to that in some way. And while you may be watching and you're not a network marketer, totally fine. You're hearing, and I'm setting myself as an expert of it. So some of your videos may be such that it's not specifically you're selling it, but you're setting yourself up as an expert in the knowledge in what you're doing. So what I'd like you guys to do right now is I would like you to go ahead and take a moment and write down 4 different topics that you could talk about on a live stream that have something to do with your hero product. Okay. Now, we're going to break it down even further than that. Don't worry. But that's what I want you to do. So when you're thinking about this, one of them is going to be like a straight up, now tell me I'm selling my product on my live stream. Where I'm giving you the goods, the benefits. I'm going to give you some benefit, but ultimately what I'm going to be doing is selling that product by the end of it. That's going to be one. That's just going to be one. Okay. So remember, and that's actually going to be number 4, because that would be the last one we do. If you're doing a cadence of 4 live videos, the last one you do would be more direct about your product. All right. Now let's talk about the other 3. You and I both know that for someone to decide that they need your hero product, they have to walk through different gates, the customer journey, right? They've got to feel certain ways about what their need, right? So you've got to start with their issue, which usually doesn't start with a need, but it starts with a problem. So what I want you to do first and foremost is I want you to think about, when you're brainstorming these live stream videos you do, ask yourself, what is the problem that my target market, my ideal client has that my hero product fixes. I'll give you a personal example. So for my clientele, network marketers, their issue, quite frankly, could be I'm not seeing sales. I'm literally my best customer. Okay. That is the problem they're seeing. I am my best customer. I buy more product than anyone else, and I don't want to do it anymore. This is my problem. Okay. So we start right there. I could do a video that talks about, okay, that is the symptom. Okay. If you think about like going to the doctor's office, right? You might go to the doctor's office because you have a headache. Well, your headache, it could be because you're dehydrated, right? So you've got symptom, you have the problem, and then you have the solution. We know the solution is my product. My membership or your hero product is going to be the solution. So we start with the symptom. I do videos that talk about the pains of being your best customer. Are you tired of always having to buy things to be commissionable? Is that a pain for you? Well, here is 3 things you can do today to make some sales, or 3 things you can do today to increase the likelihood of doing some sales. I could do a video on that. Okay. And I give them those tools. Notice now, one of the 3 things is not going to be join my membership. That's a little bit too forward, right? I always liken it to the bar. Social media is like the bar. Doing a live stream is like the bar. If I've just met you at the bar and you ask me to marry you, it's a little bit too forward. Can we take a step back? We need can we go like names? Like, how are you doing? How is your day? So even on a live video, great thing about live video is it allows you to penetrate a lot of those barriers quickly, right? But that doesn't mean you don't want to respect those barriers. So you're going to start with your first video being something where you're going to talk about the symptom, where you're going to say something like, what are 3 ways that you want to know? Today, we're going to talk about 3 ways that you can make sales now. Are you tired of being your only customer or your best customer? Yeah, I get you. Well, hi, my name is, and I'd say my name, right? I would tell them who I am. Now, here's the thing. This is important right here. After I ask them about their symptoms and they're like, yes, then and only then do I tell them who the heck I am. Hi, I'm Roxanne Wilson. I'm the host of Rox Talks, the podcast. You need to listen to what I'm going to say right here that helps network marketers grow their business on social media. And through my membership, Social Stories, I help network marketers become the CEOs of their business, not just glorified salespeople. That right there is the one opportunity I get to give you a precursor to that hero product. I pop it into every video I do, right? Because that remember, we talk about the more, just like Halo, when I was doing radio, you hear it over and over again. The next thing you know, the people love it. They can't get enough of it. You play that song over and over again. It blew my mind when you told me this. You play it on over and over again because that's when you're tired of it. That's when people are in love with it and they think they're tired of it, but you play it so much that they're like, yes, I got it. So you use that tag. Now, for those of you like, I don't know how to make a tag like that, go ahead and watch our show from last month. We talk about your superpower, because your superpower should go right and align with, and that's kind of that thing that you're going to say right there, who you are, what makes you amazing, right? And then, so notice I literally said my podcast and what it's about. And then I said, and through my membership is that hero product. This is what I do. This is my superpower. Okay. So kind of outline it there. Okay, so you've got your video. You're saying, are you tired of being your own customer? Here's 3 ways that you can make some sales right now. Then you give that who you are. That's your little precursor. Your little sliding in slightly right there, right? Think about the bar, right? Think about when you first meet someone. Just let them know. I'm just tiptoeing. There you go. Then you give the goods, y'all. Then you give the information. You give me those 3 tips. Here's the great thing. You give me those 3 tips. You give me a call to action to go out and do those tips and circle back with you. You better believe that when a network marketer listens to one of my videos and they do one of those 3 tips and they see results, who they're going to go come to for more advice? Me. And the next thing you know, they're going to come, and you know this, they're going to come, and next thing you know, they're like, I want what you're offering because these things have worked for me and I just tried them quickly. So I can only imagine what your hero product is going to do. And then I show them the hero product and it brings them in. Okay. Now, here's the key to that though. every video, I'm going to remind you again, every video you're doing is leading to your hero product. So I'm being really intentional about those videos. And the great thing about having a hero product is if I know what my hero product is, it gives me focus on every single video that I do. Then the magic happens. So, okay, so you're working on right now, we talked about 4 different videos. I want you to be working on 4 different videos, right? One is going to be that sale video where you are talking all about your hero product. The first one, you're going to give some value talking about the symptom. And just so you guys know, you could take this symptom and you could do a plethora of videos on symptoms that lead people to your hero product. Absolutely 100%. You could live in symptom land and just give them those tidbits and talk about the symptoms in different ways, and it's very effective. But let's say you want to go in further. Okay, so you got that symptom video, and just know, really, you could have a year's worth of symptom videos that sets you up as that expert so that people want your hero product. But the next thing, so we've got 2 down. Let's do another video. Another video you want to do. So when you get them from the symptom to the problem is a video that talks about the problem, more about the problem. So let me give you an example. Have you ever wondered are their best have to buy their product to hit commission? Or have you ever wondered, so something like that. Why is that? Well, and then I do my little intro and I tell them. So the reason why network marketers get stuck in this spiral of having to, I'll give them reasons why that happens, because and those reasons is the problem. Just like if you go to the doctor and you have a headache and the doctor surmises that you have a headache because you're dehydrated. I didn't go to the doctor because I was dehydrated. I didn't realize I was dehydrated. I went because my head hurts. The doctor is going to take my symptom and say, aha, you are dehydrated. You need to drink water. Okay. So now you can do videos that are based on getting people from the symptom to the problem. Are you ever frustrated with your business because of XYZ, or you are having a hard time with whatever it may be? The 3 most popular reasons people are struggling with this is because of XYZ. Here's the thing. You might think people know this, but they don't. They really don't know. If they knew why they were having the symptom, if I knew why my head was hurting, don't you think I would solve that? Absolutely. Who wants to walk around with a headache? Nobody does. Nobody does. No one wants to walk around with whatever issue they have going on in their business. All right. So think about that. Whatever your business may be, they don't want to walk around with that symptom. They would like it solved. They just don't know why it's being caused. You have to know what the cause is or the problem so you can get to the solution. Okay. So you can do videos based and defining and giving us the knowledge and the value from the bada boom symptom to the problem. So your second video should take us there. All right. Now, in your second video, I think you should definitely do a call to action that says, if you'd like more information on how to solve this problem, click on this link there, or use one of your like, for example, I got one here. Use one of your goodies that you have for BeLive, right? You all use BeLive, right? If you don't, you should. So here's one. If you'd like to be able to use BeLive to really connect with your customers, then follow this link below, and I could put it in a crawler. Of course, I can use the title version as well too and have it there. Okay. That's a call to action you could have. And once you say it, I'd pop it on the screen and keep it there the whole time. Would you like more information on how you can solve this problem? Because what happens is everyone gets there in different rates, right? Someone might be like, oh my gosh, you solved my problem. Thank goodness. Awesome. Others are like, wait, well, now that you know what my problem is, I want the solution. And since you were smart enough to figure out what my problem is, I'm going to take your solution. Think about it. When you go to the doctor and you can't figure out what your issue is, and he or she says, it's this, and you're like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. Then when they're like, I'm going to give you a prescription, go ahead and fill this, take 2 of these and call me in the morning. You're excited to take 2 of those and call them in the morning because you finally found someone who recognizes your issues, who heard you, who understands it, and you believe them because you're excited. They're like, they get me, they see me. So then you want to take that solution that they have, right? So do not, like, this is the golden area right here. Okay. You're identifying their symptoms. Yes. But when you show them that you know their problem, that you get their problem, that you see their problem, y'all, that is powerful, because once I know that you get me and you see me and you know what my issue is, then you're the first person I'm going to solve the problem. So make sure that the video, just like I put here as an example, go ahead and put that down at the bottom of the video so they're ready to go, so that they know if they're looking for something that they've got. Great. And people will click on that link. So be ready for them. Now, I recommend that with that link, you take them in certain areas. Now, for me, I think opt-ins are a great place, or lead gens, or whatever you want to call them. I don't like to do the cold, you want more information, and then here's the sales page. Here's how you buy it. That's where you start to lose people, A, and B, you don't have their information, so you can't follow up with them and have those conversations. If they've been watching your video long enough, or your videos, and they're bold enough to click that button, they really do want help. But sometimes, and here's the truth, we get to be so personal with them during the video that when they go to a sales page that may not be as congruent, or it's one dimensional, it makes it a little difficult, and it may cause them to be like, oh, I don't know, maybe this is not it, or I'll check it later. So if you can do something where you can capture their email address, that gives you power, right? That gives you power to continue that conversation with them, even if they are a little nervous about that sales page, or they get distracted. They might get distracted, right? Things happen. Squirrels are everywhere. And so capturing the information is great, because then of course you can put them through a funnel of emails that connect with them about their issue. If they're clicking on that, you already know that they have got that symptom, they have the problem, and now they're looking for your solution. So don't hesitate, and please always have something in there that is going to help you with that and help them with that, because you're here to solve their issues and you're taking them along the journey. So I recommend that when you're doing these videos, okay, that when you're breaking them down, you've got that symptom is the first one. And again, you could do a whole series, a year's worth of symptom videos. Listen, seriously, I want you to write down, and you're going to brainstorm. We're doing 4 here right now, but I'd like you to brainstorm more symptom videos, more angles, knowing your target market, knowing your ideal client, and knowing what symptoms they might have that they're trying to get solved. Right? Go ahead and take a look at this. Okay. So then video number 2 is going to be, your live stream number 2 is going to be that problem and defining their problem. Okay. The third video is going to be taking them from the problem to the solution. Now, this is big, because remember, I told you the fourth one is going to be all about the solution. But the third one is almost like a teaser. So if you got a problem, I'll solve it. Hang out with my DJ who solves it. Ice, baby. What I want you to do, because they're believing you now, they're into it, they got you, is you're going to take what you have just covered with them, right? You have the symptom, you have the problem, and then you do a live stream that's based on the best way, or the top ways, or one way, whatever works for you, to solve that problem. All right. So you may do that video and go, what's the best way to solve? Let me go back to my example. So I was talking about network marketers who aren't making money. I would take them from that to, number one reason you're probably not making money, or one of the reasons is, golly, your social media is like, got to work on that. I'm hearing there's no sound. Hold, please. Time out. No sound. Did that just happen? Let me check. Wait for it. Because that would be bad. Go back to my example. So I was talking about, I think Focuslight TM, I think it's you, not me. So unmute yourself, because I'm hearing that there is sound. Okay. Hopefully, if anyone else can't, well, if you can't hear me, you can't tell me you can't hear me. Okay. So your next thing, all right. So you've gone from, one of the reasons I'm giving them is your social media stinks. Okay. And they're like, you're right, my social media does stink. Is I would do a video saying, how do you know if your social media is the problem? Well, here's 3 things that would tell you that your social media is the problem. All right. Now, so this is going to be my third video. They've already defined social media as the reason. So how do you know? Here's 3 ways to self-assess if your social media stinks. Okay. They go through those 3 things. And I say in there, The best way to solve your social media issue is to join a community or join social stories. And I might even say, like, my members had these problems and they don't have them anymore and they're having sales. Okay. So my big video, but here's the thing, the crux of the video is really going to be 3 ways to know if this is, 3 ways. So your social media stinks. 3 ways to know if it's true your social media stinks. And here's how you're going to solve it. Okay. Now, I'm not going to at this moment do a huge video on how to solve it. I'm saying if you'd like more information on social stories, y'all, it's my thing, it's my jam. Go ahead and drop a whatever. Do whatever you do in your videos, whether you're having them drop something in the comments, or you're sending them straight to a link so you can follow up with them. Okay, did you follow? That's huge. Okay, so you start with that symptom. Here's the symptom. You are your best customer. You're not making sales. So we talk about that. Then we get to, here are 3 reasons why you may not be making sales. You may not be making sales, or the number 1 reason your social media stinks. Get them there. Like, oh my gosh, that is my issue. And in that video, I would say a little something to the effect of, if you'd like to know how to get your social media to not stink, boom, click here, whatever it may, drop us such and such. And I would tell those people who raised their hand, who are like, you're right, that's my problem. I would tell them about my Hero product. But then that third video is taking them from, okay, they're like, yeah, I think my social media does stink. It is an issue. Here's 3 ways to know if your social media stinks. Here's the 3 ways for you to self-assess. Here's the thing. We as humans, we love to give our opinion, don't we? But we love to take quizzes too. Do you remember taking quizzes? Man, when I was young, Teen Magazine, 17 Magazine, all the magazines had quizzes, and I would take them, even though I knew how to beat the system and figure out exactly what answer that I wanted to get. I took the quizzes all the time. We love quizzes. We love quizzes. So here's the thing about that video. You're like, well, how's that a quiz? When you give me a self-assessment, you give me 3 things to do to check, right? A self-assessing. It's kind of in that quiz realm. So you give me here's 3 ways to know. And I'd be like, take a look at your social media. Does it do X? Yes or no? Yes, it does. Oh no. Does it do Y? Does it do Z? Oh my goodness. If your social media has any of these flaws in it, guess what? Yeah, it is your social media. It is the reason. And now let's fix it. Number 1 way to fix it is to join social stories. Want more information about that? Drop us such and such. Do you guys see what I'm doing there with that example? Okay. So your third video is going to allowing them to self-assess and to see themselves in the issues, in the problems, in all of those things. That leaves them going, golly gee willikers, I need more of this. I want more of this. What is it you have, Roxanne? I need that. All right. So that leads us to the last one. Now we already defined from the beginning that your 4th video is going to be about your Hero product. But realize your 4th video, while it's the first one officially about your Hero product, has been mentioned and trickled in those 3 other videos we talked about, hasn't it? It was mentioned and trickled in the symptoms video. And you remember, it's so important, y'all. Once you tell them what you're going to talk about in that live stream, you want to tell them who you are as the expert. And in that expert statement, you're going to mention your superpower. You're going to also mention your Hero product. Okay. I gave you the example a couple times of mine. Rox Talks, my name is Rox Wilson, the host of Rox Talks, the podcast that helps network marketers grow their business on social media. So already those who think I need to do that are like, oh, okay, she's expert on that. And through my membership, that's my Hero product, Social Stories, I help network marketers get clear on, and that's my superpower. See, you pop that all in there. Okay. And yada, yada. Okay. So you've literally, before you get to the video that is actually selling your Hero product, in this cadence, you've done 3 videos where you've given them that here's who I am statement. And that here's who I am statement has incorporated and trickled in the knowledge of the Hero product and who you are and why it's going on. Okay. So that's number 1. But remember also in the 2nd video, when you took us from the symptom to the problem, you're telling me you get me, you know me, and that makes me want to know more. And then that 3rd video, which kind of is my favorite because you're getting them in action and now that they know that you know them, you're giving them that self-assessment where they're like, aha, yeah, okay, I looked at my social media and it has issues. Help me. And y'all, when you do this, and remember, when it comes to videos, you're going to be doing this over and over again in different ways. What I love is when you do that third video and you get to that point where they're like, tell me how to fix it. And that happens. You'll see those moments and those comments in there where they're flat out saying like, give me more. I need that. Tell me right now, where they're literally like, here's my credit card. Please help me. And you think I'm joking, but I'm not. Irene, it's good to see you, by the way. So then we go to the fourth one where you're talking about your product. But remember, it's not actually the first time you've talked about your product because you've trickled it in through the other 3 videos. So when we pop in here and you're ready to talk about your product, and remember also, I just want to remind you guys that when you're doing this, you're going to do things, and I'm going to give this example since we're here. When they're asking in the second and the third video, you will say to them, want more information, and you'll pop. I love personally popping a little something below using the crawler, right? Or you could use the title. You're going to pop that down there because those who need it now and don't want to wait for another video are going to click on that button. Just make sure that whatever you're offering them, you have a way of capturing their email address. So it's not just don't take me straight to that page where now you want me to join whatever you have me to join or buy your product. Take me somewhere where I have to input that email address so that once I've inputted it, you've got my information so you can also nurture that relationship too. All right. Because while we like to say that all the orders happen right from the video, and they do, that's what we're talking about in this fourth video, these little teaser ones, we want to get them on the list so we can help them along that process. So then we have the fourth video. Okay, so we're talking about the product. This is the one where I want you to be so excited and so ready to go because you've primed your audience. They want this. They want it. They want it. They want it. They've been waiting. They are like, you know my symptoms. You know my problem. I've self-assessed. I know that I need this. What are we doing? What is it that we're doing? So you're going to pop out and listen, your intro, you're going to straight up say are you ready for, or it's time to hear about the product that solves, remind us what the main symptom is. Number one way, or the best way, or my favorite way, or my recommendation for how to solve this symptom. All right. And then you again tell us who you are. You cannot tell us enough who you are. I was just talking to one of my clients. I was doing one-on-one call right before this, and she was talking about an influencer. She watches her videos, and she said she's always introducing herself. She's always introducing herself. She's like, I know you've told me that before, Roxanne, but I noticed she's always introducing herself. And I'm like, yes, absolutely. You should always introduce yourself. That's huge. Not just saying your name, but who you are and what your hero product is. Irene just said something that's great. She said, you can also use the live sales link on BeLive. Heck yeah, you can. So the link will automatically pop up in the comments. Yes, absolutely 100%. So if you have that link, and I do right now, I have that link, but it's not going to be live, but I would pop that in. And of course, when you pop that in, it'll pop up and it'll put that link inside of the chat in the comments. I actually, when I do my BeLives, that's what I call them. Do my BeLive. No, when I do that, I use that often and I'll pop it in. So I know it'll pop up and then they're able to get that link and it makes it really easy. So thank you for that reminder, Irene, because that is very important and is a nice competitive advantage that BeLive offers you. Okay, so the fourth one, you're telling them, you're like, this is what it is. Tell them what it is, okay? Tell them the number one way to get what and such and such, or my go-to way, or, you tell them that, you tell them who you are, and then you let them know immediately because some of them are waiting. Say, hey, listen, if you know this is what you want right now, that's when you're going to drop, kind of like what Irene was just talking about. That's when you drop that sales link right there and say, like, if you know, like you're listening, but you're ready, here it is. All right. And someone will go right then and grab it, which is awesome because that's great social proof. All right. I'm going to just for giggles, again, y'all, this is not the link, so you can disregard, but I'm going to hit the live sales link for my program. I'd pop it in and this is what it looked like. Because some of you might be like, what does that look like when you do that, Roxanne? Well, allow me to show you. So this is mine for my membership that I told you about. And I just pop it in. What I like to do is just pop it in right there at the bottom. When I do that, it's going to pop a link into the chat, which it just did, bada bing. And so that's an example. I just want you guys to see how that works in real time, in real life. Okay. All right. So now, and then I can leave that at the bottom if I wanted to and have it hang out right there. And every time what I love about the live sales link is every time you click on it, it puts the link in again. So if you're talking for a while or people are asking, what's the link? What's the link? You can, yes, put it down in the crawler like I like to do, but also every time you refresh that sales link, it'll pop it in the chat. Okay. All right. So you're rolling and you're going and you're rocking it out. And you're going to give you're going to break down your product. Now, what I want you to do is this. Sometimes we get so excited and we know our product backwards and forwards, and it's our hero product. So golly, we've been talking about it forever. But I want you to remember that ideal client, because they have not been talking about it forever. They don't know the ins and outs. So whenever you talk about that hero product, talk about it in the terms of that new person who has that issue, who trusts you to solve it, and make sure you're talking about their pain points and talking in terms of how it's going to help. All right. And then you present. Now, for me, I highly recommend when you present. And what I found just this week, I was doing a video about my membership. And you know what I did is I popped into the membership. One of the many things I love about BeLive, I use my screen share. Y'all, if you're not using the screen share, I highly recommend you do. So what I did was I popped in, if you can imagine this for a second, pretend I went into my actual membership and I said, I'm going to give you guys a behind the scenes of what it's going to look like inside. And so I showed them that and I played some of the videos, just like right here, I played them so they could see it and they could imagine themselves inside my membership. Lo and behold, you better believe I had sales when I got off that live, boom, boom, boom. I saw I had sales that happened and I could pinpoint the time I did the live stream and the fact that sales happened. Why? Because they could imagine it. They could see it. We have to remember that live stream is that amazing way to bring things to life. And so what you want to make sure you're doing, especially in that final video in this cadence we're talking about, is you want to make sure that you're using those to your benefit. Using all the bells and whistles, and BeLive has a lot of bells and whistles, but what I love is they're easy to use, right? So make sure, and I have to say, just sidebar, PS, and by the way, one of the things I love about BeLive is the screen share looks so slick and is easy to maneuver on the fly. Have you ever tried to do a screen share where you're like, oh my gosh, and you're fiddling around and it's such a mess, and you're like, this didn't look, I thought it was going to look professional. That's why I was doing it. It didn't come off that way. What you're going to find when you use the screen share here, as I've been using today in this presentation, is it's slick and it's easy to use. So I would recommend if it's a product, right? Like a service, online course, whatever it may be, go ahead and show them behind the scenes right there. Take them on the journey so they can visualize it. Y'all, this not only helps with sales, but it also helps when they start because they know what to expect and they've seen it firsthand. So use that to your advantage and take them on that journey. So that's one of the bells and whistles that I would highly recommend using as you're going through this. Okay. So you're doing this video where you are giving them that behind the scenes look, or here's how to sell the product. How to use the product. And they're excited about this product because they know that it's going to help them. All they need at this point is for you to give them that affirmation, to answer any questions they might have or suggestions or concerns, and make sure that it's copacetic. Another thing I love to do, and I would recommend this too, and this may not be in that exact video, but it might be in what I call so we did 4 videos. There's a little 4A or 4B, is doing a video, and I like to do it as a separate video, is doing a video where you bring on one of your clients. Bring on a happy customer. Bring on that ideal client who loves what you have going on. This is so powerful that I often, I just spend a week doing it. When I have my cart open, for example, my cart is open right now, and that's what I'm doing. Today, I brought on 2 of my clients who have wildly different experiences. One has been in for 15 months. One has been in for 2 months. And I just let them talk. I gave them the floor. I said, listen, y'all, they're going to answer any questions you have so you can see what it's like to use my product, my membership. Answer them. They'll answer any questions and they're going to give it to you real. And they did. And here's the thing. When you do that, it does a couple of things, which is fantastic. Again, it's right around the hero product. You're bringing in people who've used your hero product. And this goes back to the focus and the clarity. When you're clear on your hero product, then your clients are clear on who you are. They're able to talk about you more effectively. And when they come up, they're talking about the hero product and their experience about it. Now that of course, causes the comment section to light up in a beautiful way. So that's another plus when you're doing that. But it also gives you, and this is something I love, because remember, we're going to use your hero product to 10x. When you do that video, and like I said, that's another add-on video you can do. That's the 4A or the 4 clover, whatever you want to call it. With these videos, it's not just what's happening in those videos when you do them live. However, that is huge and big. But you also want to always remember that you're doing these videos for the replay and you're doing it for the repurpose. We always used to say do it for the replay, but you're also doing it for the repurpose. One of the great assets that I love about BeLive is literally inside BeLive, there's a video editor and you can edit snippets of the video. So what I love to do is go back and take especially the snippets of my customers talking or my tidbits on like 3 reasons, that self-assessment, take those, chunk those down. Let's go back to that video where we talked about the self-assessment. I would take all 3 of those and make 3 separate short videos that I can then use on my social media and give them here's one reason why here's one indicator that your social media might be like the pits, right? That is now a video that I can use on all of my social media platforms that I got from that one live stream. Awesome sauce, right? You're going to do the same thing with all 3 of those. I would do that with when you're talking about your hero product and you're giving us, okay, now here are the keys, the kickers. Go ahead and snippet that as well too, and use and repurpose that. It's a huge time saver. As Irene just said, I agree with you. It is. And it also looks professional. Now, one other thing that I like to do is make sure that I'm popping up those comments right on the screen with those snippets. It's vital because you know what it does? People actually feel like, oh my gosh, am I watching the live video? They feel the element of live because it looks slick. And you've got, like, for example, you can see I have not only my logo at the top, you can kind of see it. I kind of hit it. Let me show you. Not only am I logo at the top, but I also have the overlay, which I highly recommend when you do those things. And the benefit of that, it's not just that it looks pretty, although it does. But the other thing, see, here's me without the overlay. You can see my logo. Here's me with it. But one of the reasons I like to use these is because it stops the scroll. Stopping the scroll is huge. So stopping the scroll on your live streams, but also stopping the scroll on your replays. So you think about it. If someone's seeing this like, oh, that looks interesting, then they start watching it and they feel like, oh my gosh, they feel like they're inside of the snippet of your live video. They're seeing the comments pop up. And then it's not about even FOMO. It's about feeling like they're right there with that energy, that vibrance, which makes them want what you have to offer, makes them want to know more about that hero product you're offering, and makes them want to be more in that community. The know, like, and trust factor is huge. So remember, you're using it for the replay, but you're also using it for the repurpose, which means I don't want to see you get like, oh, there's not enough people on here, so I'm just going to be like, no, you want to make sure if you think in your head, this is for the replay and the repurpose, and the fact that there are people here live, awesome, because they get all of me, but they also get that experience of, and I can use them as part of the element. I'm going to show their comments and whatnot on the screen. That totally will help you, not with your sales, and help you take this live stream that you're doing and 10x it. So what I've showed you today is 4 videos. Well, let me go back. We talked about your hero product, and you went through the steps on how to define your hero product, which is vital. Once you know what your hero product is, it gives you focus on everything. Focus on how to create your live stream process. Now, I gave you an example of 4 live streams you can do in progression that will 10x your business, that you can use to grow and rock it. Okay. I'll see you later, Irene. So you have those 4 videos plus that bonus one if you want to use one about testimonials. You're going to use those videos and repurpose and replay them, but also in the moment you're selling them. Remember, you always want to have that call to action, right? That's important. But you want to frame it. And remember that when you have those videos, you're not only repurposing it on social media, but you're also repurposing it in your emails. You're sending out an email about that video that you sent, or each one of those videos, and that is going to compound upon each other time after time after time. And that, my friends, is how you make your hero product and live stream come together in beautiful synchronicity to grow your business to 10x your business. Now, I love that you guys have been here. If there are any questions, let me know. I'm not afraid to do this. I'm going to pop on. If you don't have BeLive. I want you to seriously consider getting BeLive. And if you want to follow up with me and ask me any questions about it, I'm Rocks Talks on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook, Rocks Talks Podcast. I'd love to share my personal opinions with you on it because I love BeLive. Been using it now for over a year, and the value in it is bar none. But I'm going to put that there. So if you'd like 14 days, if you'd like to try BeLive for 14 days for free, no credit card even, you can log in and so there's no risk. I highly recommend you take advantage of that link right down below, which you'll see. And you know what, you guys, let me do it this way too, just in case you're like, Roxanne, it keeps moving. I know. I like the crawler. What can I say? I don't know what that is about me, but the crawler makes me happy. But let's make it the title. How about this? There you go. So you can see it right there. Go ahead and use that link, and you can absolutely positively, and it's also in the description. And I encourage you but here's the thing: I don't want you to use the link and then not use it. Like, commit to doing some videos. I've just given you 4 videos to do, so commit to doing 4 of them at least during that 14-day period, and take advantage of BeLive to really rock your business. You'll see the effect and impact it's going to have on your business is huge. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here with me today. If you liked what you saw and you know someone else needs to see it, share this with them. Absolutely. There's a lot of great nuggets in here that can help you grow your business right here, right now. And as I always love to say, you're not ahead, you're not behind, you are exactly where you need to be. Thank you for being here with me. And I'll see you next month for another Social Selling Live with some great tips on how you can grow your business via live stream. Take care.